Hi, I'm Claudio.
And I'm Chris.
And we're the Hi Guys.
Hi guys.
How's it going? It's been a hot minute. So we know it's been a very long time since anyone's heard from us, if anyone actually cared. But we made 2 episodes on YouTube of the Hi Guys. And we were going to record more, but we couldn't figure out how to do a cheap way of editing videos and getting good quality on them. So now we're going to do podcasts.
It's immensely easier.
Yeah, so we're pretty much going to do the same thing that we do on the YouTube thing, which is we're going to give our reviews of different shows or movies that we watch, and we're going to recommend them to you guys. And for the first episode, we're going to... What are we going to do, Chris?
We are going to be talking about a really good Hulu original that we just recently binged called Love, Victor.
Love, Victor is our topic of the day. But before that, Chris, what kind of music have you been vibing to anytime that you get high?
When I get high, I vibe to my 80s Pride playlist.
So that's what you've been vibing to lately?
It has Rain and Men. It's Rain and Men on it. I Will Survive. A lot of the hits.
Recently, I've just been listening to Megan Thee Stallion's album Sugar anytime I get high. Because it makes me feel like a bad bitch. I'm like, damn, I could take the world.
And he did.
So, Love, Victor, if you do not know, is a show that is a spin-off of the big-time movie Love, Simon. In Love, Simon, spoiler alert, the movie is about a gay kid who starts emailing somebody else in the school who posted on their social media that they're gay, but he doesn't know who it is. And the whole time he's trying to talk to him, relate to him, be his boyfriend. And then some guy blackmails him because he finds his emails. And then he starts doing shitty things to his friends so that he can keep his secret. And then the emails get revealed anyway. And then he comes out as gay to his whole family and to all his friends and to the whole school. Makes a public-ass post on his profile. And that's Love, Simon, right?
Yeah.
And so Love, Victor happens 1 year after Love, Simon. There's this kid who moves to Atlanta, Georgia, at the same exact high school that Love, Simon happened at. And he hears all these stories about this guy who came out and had a great kiss on this Ferris wheel. And Victor's like, oh, really? Because Victor is a closeted gay.
Aren't we all?
No.
Sure.
What the fuck?
So Love, Simon and Love, Victor take place in the same universe, and we've taken liberty to call it the LSU, the Love, Simon universe. It's very up and coming, but it was a very interesting way to allow more stories to be told with a sort of the same feeling as the movie.
Yeah, because the writers are exactly the same. The people who wrote the movie are writing Love, Victor.
With Love, Victor, there was a lot of things we liked. There was a good amount of things that we weren't huge fans of. But it wasn't enough to make it a bad show. It's a pretty good watch. It kept us interested enough to binge it in a day and a half. So, they did something right.
Yeah, so now we're going to get into the goods of Love, Victor. So one of my goods for Love, Victor is that I can personally relate to him. I don't know. I've watched a lot of different gay media, gay movies, TV shows, all that jazz. And I never really found a character that I could relate to. Just because in high school I was very butch. Wore weird frilly things, but my personality was I just want to be a normal guy. That's kind of how Victor is at the beginning of the show. He was just very butch, so straight about his life, and if anyone calls him a girl, he gets mad, and it's damn dude, you need to relax. But that's exactly how I was when I was his age. And his whole home situation and everything, it just felt so relatable for me personally.
Another really great aspect of the show that we liked was how the character exploration and the character stories overall in the show. because a lot of times you'll see the only real stories happening with like the main character, and some side characters are just there to fulfill a thing, like one thing in the script and leave. But in Love Victor, all of the side characters that they introduce, they are so impactful towards the story, and they all carry sort of like their own baggage, and you get to see that baggage like open up throughout the seasons, or throughout the episodes, and it's they just wrote them very well.
I don't think there's a single character where I feel like I don't know enough about them, you know? Like, I got to know them so well. I know their personal lives and, like, what they're embarrassed about, what they want to be in life. Like, we got that all.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I feel like I know them. The other thing that I like about Love Victor is that the inclusion of Simon in the show. Because, like I said before, Victor hears about Simon's story when he goes there, and he thinks like, oh, maybe this will be my year to like come out to everyone. And so he finds Simon's Instagram, messages him, and lets him know like what's happening in his life and the struggles he's going through to try to come out to his family and come out to his friends. And so he's like basically asking for advice from Simon, and it is like so sweet. And the guy who played Simon in Love, Simon actually does the voiceover, like he's the narrator of the show, and it's so sweet.
They wrote Simon in super smoothly. I didn't feel like out of place, and it was like really refreshing to hear the actor's voice who played Love Simon, because I like the way his voice sounds. It's so like unique, and I feel like it carried a lot of what happened in the first.
Are you saying that Simon's voice is unique?
Yeah,
Dude, he sounds like an average white boy.
I think it sounds weird.
Okay.
I don't know what I was saying.
I'm sorry, Simon is like a pretty average guy. He's a pretty average white dude.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, watch out when you say the word unique.
His voice.
Okay, maybe. It's quirky.
You hear it, and you can hear it like and pick him out of a crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but when I'm picking him out of that crowd, I'm thinking about like, oh, that's like maybe 3 Toms out there. You know what I mean?
So one of the like good and bad parts was the writing and the acting. They both had their really, really strong moments, and there were points where you could really understand what the writer's like trying to get across. But then I feel like there's some other smaller moments, like whether it be like a transitional line to the next scene, but sort of like the smaller lines that have a little less significance. I feel like I could really tell they weren't focusing on that, just because there's a lot of one-liners for the character to say to go off screen or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like the dad mentioned cookies in after some serious conversation, and then the mom said, "Ooh, that reminds me, I want a cookie." And like walks over to the kitchen.
Dude, I didn't even think about that.
And
You're so right.
I was just like, that's a very human like thing to just. Ooh, that reminds me, I'm gonna get a cookie. Like,
she was so jazzed.
She was so jazzed about the cookie, but it made no sense. So like, there's little things like that that make it, you know, kind of like I'm watching ABC Family.
Yeah, you're talking about like
original.
Now my day's ruined.
Mm-hmm.
And then like it transitions.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
And it was like. I don't know. So that was the only like part of the writing that I wasn't a fan of.
It's like Disney Channel original show transitions.
Yeah, and it's like just something a quirky mom would say really quickly to give her life and character. Like you can tell that they wrote them to make them more real, but it made them so much less real for me because I like loved the story. Like I understood everything. And the acting was great, but it wasn't like enough to get me to like be like crying over these characters, you know, feel like this is super, super real.
Well, I don't know, because I did cry a few times while watching the show. But my reason for crying is because this show, I don't watch many like live action dramas because I just can't with people. And this show, like all the characters are actually very well rounded, and like I said earlier, like I feel like I know them, and I know like the good and the bad things about them, like the worst thing they've ever done, the best thing they've ever done. Like I like you really get to know them, and so when like bad shit happens to them, like it sucks, and a lot of it is like real world things that you can relate to, you know? Like, there was this instance, not saying this happened to my family, because this did not, but there's this moment where, like, you find out that his parents, like, there was an affair that happened, and they're trying to, like, work through their shit. And so that's why they seem, like, a little off lately. And it's like, damn, that's some serious shit.
Mm-hmm. When they hit their moments, they hit their moments. Like, it's not... I never experienced a half-ass attempt at trying to get the emotions across. You know? Like, when they were experiencing something that meant a lot to them,
Mm-hmm.
I felt it. The only the only downside was just like the smaller moments that had like no significance.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, they definitely hit the moments for
Like,
sure.
like, there's this character named Mia. There's a moment where she finally, like, lets herself be open with somebody, and she reveals something about her family, like, about her mom, that is just, like, so sad. And you learn, like, early on something about her mom, but you learn the truth of what happened later on, and it's just so sad. Like, some of the shit is so sad. But yeah, so that was, like, the writing and the acting. Like, obviously the actor had to be selling it for me to, like, care so much, and some of those actors really did. We're transitioning to the bad things about Love, Victor.
There was this misrepresentation happening in the show. The story centers around a boy of Puerto Rican and oh my god,
And Colombian.
and Colombian. I keep forgetting. Puerto Rican Colombian family, and they're trying to have all of these like little hints of like their culture, but it. I just had to think about
Girl,
what I was
you're
gonna
taking
say.
so long. Here, let me take this. Let me tell you, people. Let me tell you how mad this shit makes me. So, this show, again, represents a family who is Colombian and Puerto Rican. And there were a couple moments where I was like, that's a weird thing to say. Or, is that really playing right now? And so I looked up who wrote this show. And it is two white people. It is two full-grown white people. And I was like, that makes sense. Because the moments that I am calling out are, like, very weird moments where people say, like... So, for example, saying mijito. One of the characters says it, and it feels so unnatural out of their mouths. Like, it feels like they would never say that. And it's just, like, so weird. Because they're, like, awkwardly placed. I don't know about y'all, but... I feel like the terms that get used around the family, you know, like, are varied for family. And they could have just said that. But instead, throughout the entire series, they called them different nicknames. Like, it was always... I don't know. It, like, bothered the hell out of me because they were always so wildly different from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, no family says every single, like, little nickname.
Yeah, they're hitting all like the popular ones.
But beside that, because that's debatable, obviously. But I'm just speaking, like, from my experience with other people of Latinx descent. There's usually just, like, 2 or 3 that get used. But not every single possible nickname is used. So, beside that, they tried to touch on racism once in the show. And the only thing that was said was, that girl called me Dora the Explorer. And then they showed, like, the girl who said it. And then we never heard anything more after that. After that first moment in the season.
Didn't she get in a fight with her? They were like, your sister... He was like, why are you... To the dad, why are you home so early? And then they were like, your sister got in a fight. I think that was because of that. Because someone was picking on her.
Okay.
But that's it.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that they tried to show that one moment and try to make it seem like that is the smallest amount of racism that she's probably facing at that school.
Mm-hmm.
They just said it, like, real quick, and then that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse us, we had to take a momentary break because our dogs don't know how to act. Periodo. And now we're back, and I got snacks. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, the misrepresentation. Any hoodle penis.
What?
It's... I don't want to talk about it. Fuck, what was I saying? Oh, the racism thing. Dude, it made me so mad that they brought it up one time, and then maybe what Chris is saying is that maybe at some other moment they also mentioned it again, but I felt like the writers were trying to be like, yeah, we know the struggle. Let us show you what your struggle is. And they did it one time. It's like, if you're going to talk about racism just one time, you better bring that shit back. You know? Like, if you're trying to make that a topic of conversation, why throw it away in one episode?
Yeah.
That's such a strong topic to talk about.
Mm-hmm. And there, you could do so much, you know?
Yeah, it's like... So like, it all just feels very whitewashed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very whitewashed representation. To the point where, like, oh, the other thing was, like, the misplacement of music. Like, the mom was playing the piano during this very, like, sad moment, and she starts playing the song, and I was like, wait, why do I know this song? And she goes, late at night when all the world is sleeping. And I was like, what? Because, I don't know, like, what felt weird to me was, like, I'm Mexican, and I know, like, Selena is, like, the biggest thing in the world for us, and we all know her music, but never in a million years would I expect, like, anyone to just sit down at the piano and just, like, play out that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would expect something, like, in the language, like some sad romance song.
Yeah, like,
You know what
like
I mean?
something super like, not iconic, but like iconic for their generation.
Yeah.
Like when I think of like our moms, I don't think so, like Selena, just because there's so many other popular artists for them to be listening to, you know? And
Yeah. Like, not to discredit Selena, but, like...
Right.
I'm just saying it feels so weird for some people who are, like, in their 40s or 50s to just be like, remember this jam? Because they were, like, probably 30
Yeah, they were like...
when the song came out.
Yeah, well, yeah, and
It's just weird. It's just weird. I feel like there'd be some other, like, meaningful song inside of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it just felt weird. It all just kind of felt, like, weird sometimes. The final thing. This is the final bad. Along with misrepresentation... the main character is Victor, and the actor that plays Victor is not gay, but Victor is. And I know, like, this sometimes it like bothers me when there's most likely some out person in, like, there are out people in Hollywood, actual people who are gay, and they could play this part. Do you know what I mean? It's just so frustrating that in most gay media that makes it big, like Hollywood produced ones, always have people who are not out actors. So it just, like, bothers me that we never get actual representation.
It's the same thing with Love, Simon, because in Love, Simon, the main character is gay, but the actor was straight. So it's a constant, like, argument or discussion that I see all the time, which is, like, as long as, like, the story is there, or as long as it's being made, period, the actors it shouldn't matter who plays them. But it's not about specifically that. It's like, I want to know that I'm represented in TV and in film, presenting, like, who I actually am. Like, that representation matters so much to see.
Not even who you actually are, but just showing someone who can live in that character. Mm-hmm. Because they've experienced it, like, firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like when straight people play gay characters, it's very obvious, you know? It just, like, bothers me. Or some of them just need to get better at looking like they're in love with a man.
Yeah. Because, like, pop off if you can sell it. Like, I haven't seen Call Me By Your Name, but even by the trailer, I could tell they were in love. Like, all I'm saying is if you can sell it, you can sell it. But there's a lot of heart that is missing when I'm seeing, especially in Love, Simon and Love, Victor, seeing these straight people sort of go through something that they haven't been through. They can only try so hard to embody it, you know? And I'm not saying they did a bad job, because they did a pretty good job, but it's more cathartic, I guess, for us to see ourselves up there. So to know that someone like you can make it that far. That representation matters. Period. You said a lot.
Yeah. I'm really high.
Okay, so now that we've said the bad, we're going to go back to the good, because there's still some more good. One of my favorite things about the show was that the tea was constant. There was constantly drama. I never get wrapped up in shit like that, because I'm like, oh, this is so stupid, so cheesy. But this time, it was stupid and cheesy, but I loved it.
Mm-hmm. And there was, like, the important stories had, like, the weight and the seriousness to them, but there were so many other smaller side stories that go on that are so, like, over the top.
There's just so much drama.
And it's just, like, left and right. Like, you're literally, every turn is drama. It's like drama, drama, drama. So
is he going to kiss him? Oh, is he going to find out this? Is she going to find out that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Who knows what?
How do you live with this information now that you have it? Like, shit like that. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god, crazy shit. I was not bored once. It's like, okay.
There's always something to
keep going.
learn. Always something to learn.
I feel like at the end of every episode, me and Chris were always like, ah!
Yeah, oh my god, I gasped so many times, and Claudia knows because I was sitting right behind him, literally just going.
Dude, you did. I wanted to punch you.
Oh, there were so many moments where I was like, oh, like stacked on top of each other because it just would not slow down.
Yeah, I'm just trying to watch the show. Meanwhile, Chris is beatboxing behind me. And I'm like, dude, shut up.
Oh my goodness. It was great. The story winding, like the story, it was great. Like the stories they told, they were great. But one specific standout for us was Mia's storyline, like the female lead character, and how in depth they went with her.
Yeah, so like in most coming out movies, when the main character does have a girlfriend for a second because they're like still in the closet, that girlfriend hardly ever gets like fully realized. Like she's never really a three-dimensional character. She's just like a prop for a moment in his life. It's like, don't pretend like she's not there anymore, because she was a part of that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just toss him to the side. But this time, they showed us her whole life. Like, they showed us every little bit of her life. We know all of her secrets about what happened in her family.
Yeah.
How she's always home alone, and like she's always thinking about her mom that left her. Mm-hmm. It's just like, it's fucking sad, but it's like so good.
Yeah.
And not only do you know the sad things about her, you know like the funny things about her. Oh, the other great thing, the last great thing, was the ending. I tell you, when it ended for the season, I was like,
yeah, I'm like ready. Like they did a really good setup, because I'm like, the tea, they left it on the burner. Mm-hmm. It's gonna pop off any second.
I was gooped.
Goop slimed. Oh my goodness.
The slime heard around the world.
The slime heard around the world.
For real. Like when he said the last lines and then it cut to black, I was like,
I gasped. Because they were literally leading it one way and it flipped.
Yeah. The ending in the last couple of seconds, it's like, oh, that's how we're gonna end the season. And then
they said, psych!
And they went, ooh!
And they pulled the rug out from under us.
Again, gooped.
And
slimed.
we ooped.
Mm-hmm. It was wild. And I'm so ready for season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not feeling it the whole first season, just wait till the very, very end. Because maybe that little cliffhanger will get you. Mm-hmm. Those are the goods and the bads. It was a fun time.
It was.
Overall fun time.
We binged it really quickly.
And we don't do that anymore. Because
No.
I can't. I do not have the attention span to binge a show. Especially if the episodes are like 30 minutes or more than 30 minutes. I'm like, you're cutting it real close for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could sit through all this drama.
That's you.
I could.
I could watch hour-long TV forever.
I know you could. You watched so much of
Oh my
Orange is
gosh.
the New Black.
Orange is the New Black, Doctor Who. I've literally watched all the shows I've watched. They're like an hour and 30 minutes. They have a like intermission. Like Killing Eve is long. Killing Eve is really long.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I'm in it for the long haul.
I can't. I'm like, that's too much story. You're telling me too much. But yeah, the takeaway of Love Victor is I did not expect this show to move me so much, because I did just play it off as another cheesy show. about a gay kid coming out. I don't know. It like blew me away in a way. It's definitely not a 10 out of 10 show, but the tea was sizzling and it tasted so good, and I had to drink more and more of it.
It was like if it like a younger brother. It's like, ugh, but also like, aw. You know, like it gets you.
Yeah.
But you're like, man, I hate you.
Yeah,
you know?
bitch.
Yeah. That's
You're
what
so
it felt.
stupid.
That's what it felt like. It was like, you trying.
I see you.
Yeah. Because it always reels
Hey,
you back in.
maybe you'll get better when you're older.
Yeah. And
maybe
then,
I'll like you then.
Yeah. And then they get help sometimes, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Anyway, I was just really happy with it because representation matters, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing yourself on TV matters.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys should watch the show because it's a really great story and it is very entertaining. Again, the drama is constant and I'm like so entertained. It's just like a fun story, but a sad story at the same time. But it gives such a small glimpse into like a closeted teen's life.
Mm-hmm.
Like what it feels like to try to date girls and be normal and make your family happy.
Yeah. I think it does a really great job of that. It's very relatable in a lot of different ways. And I think there's a lot you can gain from it. It's definitely something that I feel like I didn't waste my time watching.
Yeah. It's so dramatic. Mm-hmm. Mind you guys, the people who wrote this show are the same people who write This Is Us, which I've heard is very dramatic. Wasn't there a commercial where, like, she set the house on fire because something was left on?
There was a commercial where someone left the house on fire. There was a commercial where there was 3 people that were, like, all going to the hospital and one of them was going to die and you didn't know which.
What?
Yeah, to get people to watch.
But no, there was one episode, I think she had, like, her crock pot. Like, she left her crock pot plugged in and it set a fire.
Yeah. You actually...
Leaving a crock pot?
You left the oven on.
Okay, that's different, though.
There was you look up...
There is something different about unplugging something when you're done with it. Mm. That is such a different thing. And also, it's not a bad thing to leave it plugged in. That's the gag.
Oh, the crock pot.
Yes,
oh,
you
that
dumb
is
bitch.
The gag. Don't call me a dumb bitch.
You're trying to come for me.
That's the gag. I was trying to find
The gag is she left her crock pot plugged in, or whatever the fuck it was. Honestly, maybe it was a Keurig.
Probably left
Who
it
knows?
high.
No, she didn't leave it on. She left it plugged in. It was off.
Why was it off?
That's what I'm saying, you dummy. It was not on. It was just plugged
I'm the
in.
goop. And the house said, no thanks. And set on fire because it didn't want it plugged in.
Like, there was like a spark that came out and like caused a fire. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Some SpongeBob SquarePants, the Goofy Goobers.
No, I didn't watch it, but my I remember one of my coworkers told me about it, and they were like, "God, so I'm never gonna leave mine plugged in ever again." And I was like, "What?"
It's a crock pot, bitch.
Or whatever it was, because I don't remember. Keurig, maybe toaster.
Oh my gosh, Claudio, do your research.
Anyway.
But anyway, yes. Same writers.
Same drama, same like, oh my god, they left it plugged in, but in a different way. Yeah.
Yeah. Very that.
Yeah, so think of like Victor coming out as relatable as like, oh my god, they left a crockpot plugged in.
Yeah.
That's drama. That's gossip.
That's gossip. Babble on, bitch. Babble on.
But yeah, we think you guys should watch Love Victor because it's fun, it's good, and
really fun.
I can't wait to watch season 2 because it's gonna be fucking crazy with all the stuff they left us with.
Yes, agree, totally agree. You can watch Love Victor streaming now on Hulu. We didn't talk about...
There you go, way to transition.
Oh, hey
so,
guys.
you can watch Love Victor on Hulu, but it was supposed to come out on Disney+.
But it was too gay.
So, Disney came out with a statement saying that it just didn't fit, like, the vibe of Disney+. And everybody was like...
communist agenda.
Everyone was... What? Shut up. No, and everyone was like, what? It just seems like a cop-out. It seems like you bought 20th Century Fox when they were already making the show. You were like, yeah, we'll put it on Disney+. We're progressive. And then they watched the show or, like, got the scripts. And they were like, you know what? Not that progressive.
They put it... The ABC family did.
Yeah, they put it on Freeform.
Yeah, they put on fucking Freeform. It's
They're like, it doesn't fit for our networks.
Yeah,
Give it to the
Disney on it.
give it to the dummy over there.
It's what happened with freaking Lizzie McGuire.
Oh, yeah, with the Lizzie McGuire remake, they were also supposed to have like an edgy Lizzie McGuire remake. That's what Hillary Duff wanted.
Oh my god, and it's not on Disney Plus.
No, but because then they told her, we will only make it if it goes on Hulu. I mean, if it fits Disney Plus standards, we will not put it on Hulu. And she was like, just do it. I want it to be a Hulu show if you're not going to let me do what I want.
Yeah.
And they were like nope.
It's so dumb because Lizzie doesn't care what station it's on. She was on TV Land with Sutton Foster and Younger, and that shit's bomb. Like, she don't care if it's on Hulu.
Yeah, Hillary Duff.
Netflix,
Hillary Duff is like, it could.
It's on Quibi. She don't give a shit. She's like, put it literally anywhere people are gonna want to watch it.
Yeah, I don't need you. And the Disney Plus was like, well, we need you, so you're staying here.
And so they're figuring that out, right? Or is it?
She hasn't said anything.
Well, all I'm saying is the Lizzie McGuire movie left me with so much.
Okay, here, let's get back on topic, because the real issue is that Disney swears to be so progressive and so understanding of like the communities that they don't represent in their movies, and they're always like, maybe one day we'll do it. Maybe one day we'll like make a movie that has a gay character. And then when they do, it's like these little cop-out scenes where it's like...
Where it's a Cyclops?
No.
A Cyclops cop?
She was the only one that made sense. She actually talked about her family. Other characters were not out about being gay in their movies. It's always just like, they say something smart remarky, and that's how you know they're gay. That's how they want you to pick up on that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Can you have an example?
Yeah, like in the live-action Beauty and the Beast, they like made him... very flamboyant.
Yeah, but they didn't change the script or anything.
Yeah, he didn't want, like, he didn't have a boyfriend. He didn't outwardly say, yeah, I like men.
Yeah. It's so
it's just like you're supposed to pick up on the context clues to figure out that character is gay.
Yeah.
And so that's what's frustrating about Disney. And so like when it comes to other things also on Disney Plus, they edit so many things. They take out like cuss words, like how they did for Hamilton. And then they take out anything like kind of sexual. Like they've literally edited everything that goes on there.
Well, and then what's frustrating is like in Hamilton, like you couldn't say the F word, but you could watch someone have an affair with someone else. Like you could watch a lot of people get hurt.
Yeah, you were like, if there's family values that you're trying to play here, then why are these scenes here?
Yeah, it's like they're like, okay, we'll take the F words out, you guys, but so many worse things happen.
Yeah, it's so stupid. So anyway, that's what makes me so mad that they originally said it was going to be on Disney Plus, because I was so excited. I was like, Disney, a gay show on you? Okay. And then at the last second, like literally a month or two before it was supposed to come out, they were like, Hulu.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating because like they have a Pixar short out that we watched, which is like about like a guy having trouble coming out to his family, and it was a very, very sweet, very like heartwarming short to watch.
It was really sweet.
So like you already have that representation. Like it's not gonna hurt you. It's not like you haven't done anything like that before, because like you have stuff on.
But the real issue is that they probably put that short on there being like, look, we're representative. But that's the only thing. It's like a 12-minute short.
It's exactly like when stores put Pride stuff out, and then July 1st it's gone, and it's like, who are they?
Yeah, it felt like that. I felt cheapened.
You felt,
and also that meant like I had to watch it with commercials.
Yeah,
Disney Plus. You need to have the commercials.
Yeah, it was so good.
Hella dumb. I was like, can you please just leave it on Disney Plus, please? But no, they didn't, and it hurt.
Yeah, but the theme song, the theme song slaps.
But at the same time, if putting it on Hulu is the only way they're gonna like show it in all of its beautiful glory, with like any of the weird references to sex and like all the like little hot topicy things, I'm glad that it was on Hulu. If they were gonna edit all that stuff out on Disney Plus.
Yeah, if they were gonna make it less to what the author's intent was.
Yeah, it's literally like pushing PG-13. Barely.
I think maybe they say the F word once.
Yeah,
It's like,
but they talk about sex, and they're like for a moment. But
Disney Plus has risky movies on there, and The Simpsons is on there, and The Simpsons talks about a lot of topics. Like,
yeah, but they would never dare edit those episodes. They may have. I just may not know about it. But I don't think they would ever mess with it because that's like a huge fan base that you're fucking with.
what I'm saying is like, if those movies get to, why can't this one? Because
That's
it's
what
about the gays.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like they have The Simpsons to show like, oh yeah, we do that. But that's it. They don't intend to ever be further. They're not afraid of what people are thinking. They just want to keep their image.
It's just so dumb. It's so dumb.
So damn.
Because if this were a regular movie, a regular in quotations, like if this were about straight people, they'd be like, "Oh, look at this Fault in the Stars, Paper Towns esque."
Yeah, if it wasn't about a gay kid, it would have been on Disney Plus.
Yeah, and that's where we drop the mic, ladies and gents.
That's where we stop, because if I keep going, we'll keep going, and it'll be way too long.
It's been a long talk. We did a lot of talking.
Mind you, we're very high.
Extremely. Oh, we did. Okay.
Okay, here, listen. You guys want to know what we're high off of?
Today's high is brought to you by
Harborside.
Harborside in San Jose.
Yes, that is my sister's store.
Shout out Jen.
It's great. And we got Smokies Edibles. Handcrafted, cannabis-infused, sour watermelon fruit chews.
Amazing. They taste so good. It tastes like the watermelon Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, and you barely can taste, I can barely taste the weed.
And it's a good chewy. It's not like everything's stuck in my teeth chewy. It's like a soft dissolving chew. It's good.
It's good shit, bro.
It's really
and
good.
it's 10 milligrams. Un bite or un eddy.
And there's 10 in the package.
And
it hits ya.
It hit me.
It hit me too. Oh my god. Thank you, Harborside. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah, thank you for always getting me the goods. The shit slap. I love it.
Me too.
Well, alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had fun.
We've been talking a while, but we want to hear from you. So don't forget to follow us on all of our social media pages. We have Instagram and Twitter, and it's Guys That Are High, because the High Guys was taken, but you'll see us. Look up Guys That Are High, or it's at Guys That Are High on Twitter and Instagram, but like our name says the High Guys. So you'll know. It's really cute. It looks like the logo on everything else. But we wanna know. DM us, you can email us. You can Gmail us. Pretty much, our email is guysthatarehigh@gmail.com. Like, we want to know what you guys think about this. We want to know if you guys have any suggestions that you want us to listen to or watch, or we'll do pretty much anything. We're literally so bored. We'll do pretty much anything. So send us suggestions. And yeah, we love you guys. We do this for you guys. We wanna conversate with artists in our area, with people in our areas. Talk to us. Walk with me. Walk with me. Walk with me. I'll see you after the function. Down, 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 down.
Alright, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Bye, guys.
Okay, bye, guys. Wait. I guess now.
Oh, I guess now
we're the goodbye, guys. Goodbye.